It's Melissa from Vibe Yoga. I've got videos out on all the pieces of the Sun Salutation A, from the Sunburst and the Vinyasa with our Chaturanga, up dog and down dog. So we're going to piece it all together and talk about some different variations of taking Sun Salutation A. One of the pieces that doesn't change is that movement through the Sunburst. So we're going to start there, and we'll start with a fully modified Sun Salutation A, skipping the Chaturanga and the up dog all together. Coming into your mountain pose, connecting movement with breath. As you inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Heart reaches up towards the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to your flat back. Bring your hands right next to your feet and exhale, step back into down dog. So we're skipping our Chaturanga here, stepping to the back of the mat, pushing those hips up and back. And at the bottom of your exhale, walk your feet to the front of the mat, come into your forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart. I'm going to add on to that modified Sun Salutation A, a version I tend to do a lot in my gentle yoga classes. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Bring your hands next to the feet. Step back to your plank. We're going to push right back to down dog. Inhale forward to plank. Let the knees drop down. Exhale back to child's pose. Inhale back up to tabletop. Curl the toes and exhale back to down dog. So it still gives you that flow and that motion without going into a strenuous Chaturanga and up dog. And at the bottom of your exhale, walk your feet to the front of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching up to standing. Exhaling, hands to heart. All right, let's take a modified Sun Salutation A. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Bring your hands right next to the feet. Step back to plank. We're going to let the knees drop down. Exhale lowers you down to the mat. Elbows in close to the body. Inhale, curling up to cobra, reaching the chest forward, keeping that pelvis grounded. And exhale, pushing back into your down dog. I'm taking 3 breaths between these rounds. When we're doing them in our Sun A practice, we're going to take a full 5 breaths, building up that strength in down dog. On the bottom of your exhale, walk your feet to the front of the mat. So this is also difficult for people with tight hamstrings. It's a little bit easier to walk your hands back to your feet until you get the hamstrings a little bit looser. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, that's your flat back. Feeling that stretch up the hamstrings. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slight bend in the knees, flat back, brings you up to standing. Feeling that gentle back bend. Exhale, hands to heart. Palms come forward. Getting my heart rate up here. Taking the full vinyasa this time. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Bringing the hands right next to the toes. Exhale, step back and lower down through Chaturanga. 90 degrees. Inhale, up dog. Thighs and knees stay off the ground. Chest reaches forward. Hips lead the way. Up and back. Exhale, down dog. And breathe. On the bottom of your exhale, bring your feet to the front of the mat. So maybe many steps, maybe just 1 step this time. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping the arms up. You'll notice my feet are together, exhaling hands to heart. You can keep them together or you can keep them hip distance apart. When they're together, it challenges the balance a little bit more. This gives you a wider base, a little bit more stability. One more Sun Salutation A. I'm going to step back with my left foot this time, since I always step back with my right foot, trying to even it out. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Bring your hands next to those toes. Exhale, step back and lower down. So that's one exhale. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. 3 breaths in down dog. Let the knees come down. Let's take child's pose, catching our breath here. And sitting back. Okay, we're going to go through one more thing. I'm going to cover jumping forward and back. I've done a lot of sun salutations already today. So the first thing I always check in with before I start jumping is that my hamstrings are open and feeling flexible. If you have never jumped forward and back, don't do it here. Wait until you're in a studio where you can be with a teacher and they can help guide you through it. The other important thing when you're jumping, some people, when you really master it, almost it looks like they're floating forward and back. So I'm not at that level yet. It's still a jump for me. But the more core strength you get, the more you're actually controlling that movement with the core, lifting those legs up, lowering them down, and lifting them up, bringing them forward. So it takes a lot of flexibility through the hamstrings and a lot of core strength. When you're jumping back, you don't want to land with locked out arms. You want to make sure there's a little bit of give in your arms so that you're not shocking your shoulder or your elbow or hyperextending it, doing anything to really not protect the joints. You want to land with a little bit of that give, that spring in the arms, and lower yourself right into Chaturanga as you jump back. Jumping forward is probably the first one you want to start with. It's less likely to cause you to injure yourself, and you can always jump forward halfway. So let's go ahead and do our Sun Salutation A with our jumping. Let's do just the jump forward the first round, and then we'll jump back and forward in the second round. Coming into your mountain pose. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Bring your hands next to your feet and step back, lower down through Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. 3 breaths. All right, getting ready for that jump. Look at the space between your hands. You want your feet to land right between the hands. If it's your first time, your feet might land halfway up the mat, and that's good too. Coming up on the toes, bending into the knees, keeping those hips back. So we're thinking about, as we straighten the legs, bringing the knees up and curling through the back. And then as we gaze forward, seeing if we can land those feet up forward. So at the bottom of your exhale, bend into your knees, look forward, and hop it forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart. All right, doing the jump back and the jump forward. Again, we're thinking about the knees drawing up and shooting back. So it's almost like they're jumping up and over something. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to your flat back. Bring your hands right next to those toes. And as you exhale, we're going to shoot the legs back, land with a bend, and lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. On the bottom of your exhale, looking forward, bending into the knees, and hop forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reaching up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart. One more. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Bring the hands next to the feet and stop. Lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. 2 breaths here. Bottom of your exhale, hop those feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweeping up to standing. And exhale, hands to heart. Let the palms come forward. Take a few breaths in your mountain pose, just observing how the body feels, catching your breath here. All right, lots of variations in your Sun Salutation A. We're going to put all of those together in our Sun A, Sun B flow. Again, one of the most fundamental building blocks of your Vinyasa practice, lots of core strength, shoulder strength, flexibility that you're gaining just by doing Sun Salutation A's. Catching my breath here. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.